Hi, my name is Nancy, and I've been a school psychologist for nearly a decade. And one of the big topics I often get asked about is potty training. And so today I'm just going to talk about potty training readiness, something I think is often overlooked. I think often parents just decide, hey, it's time, but they're not really fully prepared for it. And if you're not prepared, your child is not going to be as prepared and things are not going to go quite as smoothly. So there are three factors that are really important to look at and sort of assess before you begin the process. And the first one is language. Another one is motor skills. And the third, that I think is really, really important, is emotional readiness. So let's talk a little bit about language. Language is important in terms of just sort of knowing what their understanding is of the whole process. Have they had a lot of exposure to the bathroom? Do they have any level of understanding? Do they ever communicate to you when they need to go to the bathroom? Do they let you know when they're peeing or pooping in their diaper? Try to get a handle on where they are in that way, and also get a handle on how they're going to communicate with you when they need to go. As part of being truly potty trained and independent is being able to know when you have to go to the bathroom and to let someone know. So are they able to verbally tell you pee pee, poo poo, or do they need some alternate means of communication? Now, if your child is special needs, or if you're wanting to start them pretty young, they may not be able to verbally express to you when they have to go. So if they can't, then you'll need to find some alternate means of communication, such as a visual for them to point to, or you could teach them some sign language, or perhaps a device that has some kind of voice output. They need some way of communicating it to you in order to really be successful. So that's a really important factor to have prepared and make sure they are adequately using it before beginning the process. The next thing I wanted to talk about was motor skills. So both fine and gross motor skills are needed in order to really be independent with the toilet. You think about it, right now your child's in a diaper, they just really don't have to do much at all, but when they start using the toilet, they have to pull down their pants, pull down their underwear, they have to wipe, they have to be able to get toilet paper and rip it, they have to pull their pants and underwear back up again, then it's flushing the toilet and washing hands. It's also navigating and then being able to sit or stand in front of the toilet, depending on if it's a girl or boy. There's a lot of factors that go into being able to do this in your coordination. So you want to assess where your child's at and what they actually are capable of doing. Go through all of the steps, see if they can do these things before actually beginning a training process. And if there are certain steps that they're really struggling on, figure out ways that you can make them more independent with those. Perhaps you could pre-rip toilet paper so that they're just stacked and ready to go and grab one. You can perhaps get a step stool for them to rest their feet on when they're sitting on the toilet so that they feel more grounded while they're sitting. There are a lot of things that could help with the process. So it's really important that they feel as independent as possible and not overwhelmed. Because if they're overwhelmed by all these steps and can't do very many of them, they're not going to want to do any of it. So think about it, assess it with them, and figure out with each step how you can make it easier. And practice it for them. Another thing to look at is emotional readiness. So many kids are actually just afraid of the bathroom and of the toilet and the whole experience. Some very easily will go pee on the toilet, but not necessarily want to poop. Some don't want to do any of it at all. You have some who have no fear. So it really depends on your child's personality. But you have to look at them. Are they ready to really go from peeing in a diaper to having to use a bathroom? So one of the ways you can get them ready emotionally is figure out which bathroom you're going to be pretty much using for this process and have them be more exposed to it. Even if they are peeing or pooping in a diaper, if you see them in the process of doing that, you can bring them into the bathroom and have them pee and poop in the diaper while they're in the bathroom. So that way they can start associating the bathroom with the actual peeing and pooping. Another thing you can do is kind of see if there are specific things they're fearful of. Some kids are fearful of the flusher sound. It might be too loud. Or maybe they're afraid of the actual toilet. Just kind of see where they're uncomfortable or afraid and try to alleviate some of it for them. You can also make the bathroom just more inviting in general by having them pick out maybe little decorations or some books that they can read in the bathroom, some soaps that they can wash their hands with, things of this nature, just to make it a more inviting place to be, and also just to make them feel like they're more in control of the process. You also want to think of what's going to make them more motivated to use the bathroom. All kids love to be praised, but they may need an extra extrinsic motivator to really make them want to follow through with all these steps. So something that you can decide on together is what they'll earn for using the bathroom. Perhaps it's an M&M or a special sticker. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that your child is part of that process and picking it out. Because no matter what age or ability your child is at, they want to feel in control. All kids want to feel in control of their decisions and their bodies. And so you want to give them that sense that they have that control. And they may not have very much control, but as long as they believe that they do, things will go a lot more smoothly. So these are just some suggestions, things to think about before actually beginning the process. It's really important to know your child. Read some potty training books with them. There are lots of great books out there just to get them really excited about the idea. You can throw a goodbye party to all the diapers and get rid of them once you've gone through all of these steps and are truly ready to begin the process. And once you decide to begin that process, you really have to stick with it. So that'll be in my next section, how to actually begin the process and how to know when you're really ready, and some tips for sticking with it and not letting things kind of slip away. So for now, that's all on readiness. And if you would like more information or a more detailed service, you can contact me and fill out the intake form on my website, which is www.easypeasypottynewyorkcity.com. Thanks.